Hi guys, in last class we have discussed about what is a column, when we have to go for a measure, when we have to go for a column and all, and we have discussed some how you can apply some color properties, that is a cosmetic properties like color, font size, text size, what is the font formula and all, and we have seen some page level properties, how we can apply a background color, or how we can add a some background images kind of thing we have discussed. Okay, now we will discuss some of the properties in a home menu. Okay, so like we have, this is a normal, okay, properties. We have cut, copy, paste. Okay, format, painter. Okay, so cut, copy. Okay, if you want to copy the same one, we can copy, paste. Okay, let me take, okay, I will show you one of the another thing. Okay, when we have to go for a format painter, okay, there I am using a total, okay, sales, total customers and all. Okay, same kind of size, okay, same kind of properties I want to apply for this one also. This is a card visualization. Okay, so I have a two cards, so let me select it, format painter. Okay, same kind of option we have in a like okay, you can see I don't want to work all the things. Okay, I don't want to, okay, what is the font size, what is the text size. Okay, it is unnecessary thing. Okay, that's what we can use a format painter. I have a two or more cards. Okay, I want the same, okay, font size, same font color, okay, same background color, all kind of thing. That time you can go for a format painter. Okay, this is okay for a time saving purpose, even though we have a Word document as well. Okay, if you have a same font size kind of thing, we can use a format painter. Okay, this is a normal thing, cut, copy, paste kind of thing. Okay, these are normal options. Okay, where if you want to copy paste same thing you can do, or if you don't want it, you can delete by using a cut option. Okay, cut, if you want to paste it again somewhere else, okay, we can use it. Okay, same kind of options. Okay, then we have a get data, already we have discussed. Okay, so if you want to load any data from any kind of data sources, we will need a get data option. Okay, by using the get data we can load what the data you want it, where your data source was there. Okay, for example, in our case we have seen it is a excel file. Okay, excel file was there in a some of the, okay, either local drive or in a some other folder. Okay, so we have a network drive kind of thing, so we can give that path location where your path was there. Okay, we can give a that file path, or if it is a SQL server. Okay, instead of we are using a SQL server, in your case if you will get, okay, Oracle database server, there also same thing, Oracle database name, server name we have to give it, then you have to connect it. Okay, that is also one of the database kind of thing. So what, wherever data was there, so we can connect to the data source. Same, this is a shortcut option only. Directly you can go with a here, you can select the Excel file, or you can go directly from here a Excel file. Here also same things. These are, they give a, this is a common frequently used data sources. That's what they give a shortcut options. Here also if you go with a SQL server, here also same options, or you can go from a get data also. Okay, the same option will be there. Okay, here also we have a SQL server. Just, okay, this is a frequently common used ones. That's what they give. Power BI data set. Okay, already I have created one of the report. I have published my report to Power BI service. That data set I want to use it. Okay, that one we can use a Power BI data set option. Okay, maybe later point of time we will discuss. Okay, once we publish the report into Power BI service. Okay, so by using this we can connect to any kind of data source. We have a enter data option. One of the table I want to insert a data manually. Okay, data is not coming from any data source. Okay, that time we can create a table over here. For example, column name product, then okay, I have a column name like price. Okay, then quantity I have. Like this you can create your own table by using a enter data option. Here we don't require any DAX formulas. Okay, manually you have to insert like product A. Okay, some sales amount something. Okay, quantities. Okay, quantity is 10 kind of thing. Okay, product B. Okay, the price is, okay, 65.79 something. Okay, quantity is 5. Okay, so here we can give the name over here. What is the name we want it? The table name, sample table name is a sample. We have a enter data option. Enter data option, you can create your own table. Sometimes maybe very rare case we want to create some table, some data you want to be displayed kind of thing. That time you can create, okay, your own table over here by using a enter data option. Here you don't want any DAX language and all, just manually have to enter a data and all. This is what we have a enter data option. Other one, we have a recent data sources. That means what are the recently you have worked with different data sources, that will be show it over here. As of now we have connected a sample database. If you go with the recent database, you don't want to give the same path name and all, automatically it will be connect. Why? Because already recently you have worked with the data source. Now you can see I'm not browsing where my file is there, automatically it is connecting. Why? Because it is a recently I have worked with that file. Okay, if we go with a any database, okay, automatically database server name will come. This is one another shortcut option. Okay, what are the recently have worked with okay, directly it is coming. So this is what my server name, SQL server name. One mark is my server name. Boss is a database. Okay, the count of tables also it is showing. We have a 5 tables. So you don't want to give a database name. Okay, then what is the server name and all. This is recently I have worked. So this is another shortcut option. Okay, if you want to connect to the same data source, so we can go with the recent data option. You don't want to give file path or a server name and all. This is another shortcut option that recently have worked. Okay, this is a recent data source option. Okay, apart from that we have a transform data. Okay, or we will call it as a, earlier the name is a edit queries. I told you that each and every month Power BI releasing a new features and all. Every month they are doing some updates and all. Last month we have a different icon. Okay, this month they have changed the icon also. Earlier like Power BI desktop icon is like this. Now okay, just last batch last month only. This month they have updated to like this. Each and every month they are releasing some new features and all. Okay, so earlier is a edit queries, or we have a Power Query. First today we have discussed Power BI is nothing. What is the components of a Power BI? Okay, Power BI, that is a Power Pivot. It is another important question. What are the components of a Power BI? Power Pivot, PIVOT. Okay, Power Pivot, Power Query, Power View. Okay, these are a Power BI components. Don't confuse with okay building blocks and a components of a Power BI. Or they will directly ask what is a Power Pivot, Power Query, and a Power View. Okay, Power Pivot in the sense loading the tables, maintaining a relationship between the tables. Okay, maybe tomorrow class we will see how to load a multiple tables, how we can maintain a relationship between the tables, all the things. That is nothing but a Power Pivot. Loading the tables, maintaining the relationship between the tables, that is nothing but a Power Pivot. Power View in the sense create a visualizations. Power Query in the sense Power Query or a M query language, or we call it as a edit query. Power Query in the sense that is nothing but a I want to perform some transformations. Okay, there are some null values was there, I want to remove those. There are some error records was there, I want to remove that. There sometimes they will send it two Excel files, Excel file 1, Excel file 2. I want to combine these two. Okay, like kind of union we can do in a SQL server, right? I want to there is one team they will provide bike sales, another team they will provide clothing sales. I want to combine two tables into a single table, then only I can display what is the total sales. Okay, so all kind of this for transformations we by using a Power Query. It will take 2 days of time to discuss. Later point of time we will discuss how we can perform some data transformations. Okay, I have a null values, I want to remove it, or I have a blank values, I want to replace with some other thing. Okay, like this most of the things we can be using a Power Query. That is a Power Query. Power View in the sense once we have loaded a table, if you have some perform some data transformation, then data is ready for a reporting purpose, then you can create a visualization. Okay, what are the visuals we created? Nothing but a Power View. Okay, I'm viewing that. Okay, Power View. This is a components of a Power BI. Building blocks in the sense fields, visualizations. Okay, report with this is nothing but a building blocks. Components in the sense Power Query, Power Pivot. Okay, Power View. Power Pivot in the sense loading the tables, maintaining the relationship between the tables. That is nothing but a Power Pivot. Power Query in the sense we want to perform some transformations. Okay, this is a transformation later point of after before going to Power BI desktop. Okay, we will see. Okay, it will take 2 or 3 days of time to discuss all the options over there. Then we have a recent data source. If we are getting some disturbance from your side. Okay, actually the network is have some load network. Okay, now you have created. Okay, now you have the report is there. Okay, you have joined for a organization, already report was developed. They ask you to hello boss, this is the report, you can make some changes, or they will ask you to add a one more table. Okay, they gave a report. Okay, you have joined for a company, you to so this amount is coming incorrect. Okay, can you please check? They don't give any KT and all, no need required any KT. Okay, what is your data source and all, simply they gave a report. they ask you that the count is okay, count of customers is coming out wrong, or total sales amount is coming out wrong, can you please check? First day they gave, okay, you have joined, already report was there, okay, they give a report, or they will ask you from this place you can take the report, can you please, okay, work on this defect, okay, user raise a defect, okay, so in this page 1 this is the report, I have a issue, sales amount is showing incorrect. Or they will tell that, okay, already 2 tables got loaded, can you please load a 1 more table? How we can load, from where you can start it? First thing you want to check, from where this report got developed, from which data source, where, for this Power BI report, from where the data is coming, how we can check? Here we have a data source settings. Here we can identify, this is what, see username, okay, in a real-time cases they give a network path, okay, they will give some like run, okay, we have some network path, anyone can log into that, okay, they will give, okay, some path location, okay, some, okay, some like Power BI slash, okay, some folder name they give, that is a network path kind of thing, okay, they will give some network path like this, okay, so you have to open there you can identify folder, okay, they are not supposed to store any files in our local system, okay, in your system the file was there, how other guy can work with the same report, okay, you are not there, okay, on another day you, okay, the guy has to work with, okay, that data source file, okay, they will give some local path, that is a shareable network path, okay, network drive path, okay, you can also log into that one, other guy also can log into that, okay, so they give a path, okay, you have to check where that path is there, so you can copy the, get that path, okay, you can uh, get that Excel file, or you can, you want to see what the data was there in this particular file, okay, or let me load 2 more tables from this, okay, from SQL Server. For example, with Excel file, okay, they will give a path location. In the path we have a Excel file, or it is a SQL Server. Let me load 2 more tables. Employment and department tables. Okay, 2 more tables got loaded, okay, now we can identify from where the data source is loading, okay, so for example let me take it, okay, for example this is the database name, server name, okay, the employee tables are loading, for example, okay, if it is Excel file, you can go that particular path, you can check what the data was there, okay, either the sales amount is getting incorrect, okay, you can check what the formula they are using over here, is there an applying any filters, okay, what's the formula, okay, just you can check. Here we can click over here, the fields it is showing, okay, you can mouse over also, you can see from the data table total sales is the measure, okay, if you click on this, here we can identify what's the formula, they are not applying any filter, just a simply directly sum of the sales, okay, now go to the Excel file, okay, already we have the path, right, okay, here we, from here we can check from where the data is coming, okay, you are new to that project, okay, so this is the path name, okay, let me go with that particular path. Okay, in my case it is there in a, this is what my Excel file is there, sample data. Now I want to check how the data is coming, okay, what's the issue, okay, so let me check what's the data source level, what's the, okay, value was there in a Power BI report level. This is how you have to perform a unit testing as well. One guy has, okay, recently attended for the interview, they asked a question, can you please tell me how we can do a unit testing? Unit testing in the sense, okay, I will tell you. Okay, here we have a sales amount, do a sum of this, okay, when you move, Okay, along with that I want to be select control shift, okay, upper mark, okay, then upper mark, okay, up to here, okay, just I have selected sum of this, okay, 30, okay, 21 to 90, okay, this is the sum, automatically it will come, okay. If it is Excel file, close it. This is also same matching, 3212 to 982.50, okay, here also same thing, 3212 to 298.2852, okay, the sales amount is coming incorrect only, okay. So now I want, okay, if they told like customer numbers is, okay, incorrect, okay, count of customers, where is that my customer number ID, okay, control shift down, okay, here I have a count, okay, this is the count average sum, okay, maybe if you know, okay, we have a in Excel level also we can identify distinct count, one of the formula is there, we can use it, or from here we can check, okay, simple thing, let me show you, okay, I want a distinct count, okay, simple thing, copy paste this entire list, copy paste, some a little bit sick, okay, Excel knowledge also it is required. I have a duplicate, right, same customer has a multiple times, so what I will do, I will copy paste over here, okay, then I will remove the duplicates, okay, now go with the delete, okay, we have the delete duplicate option, where is that option, somewhere we have that option,
అన్న దీనిలోకి వెళ్ళండి, రివ్యూలోకి వెళ్ళండి,
yeah, review,
లేదంటే హోమ్ లోకి వెళ్ళేసి హైలైట్ డూప్లికేట్స్ చెప్పండి.
that option is not showing,
వ్యూ
view, no,
అక్కడ
this is
క్లియర్ డూప్లికేట్స్ అని వస్తుంది, ఇక్కడ రావట్లేదు. యూ కెన్ గో విత్ దట్ కండిషనల్ ఫార్మాటింగ్, హోమ్ క్లిక్ చేయండి,
conditional
హోమ్
format,
కండిషనల్ ఫార్మాటింగ్, ఫస్ట్ హైలైట్ సెల్స్ ఆర్ రూల్స్,
okay, just it will be highlight, okay, duplicate
డూప్లికేట్
values,
వాల్యూస్.
okay, just later maybe we can delete the duplicate, I want to delete the duplicates,
దట్స్ క్లియర్. డైరెక్ట్ ఒక ఆప్షన్ ఉంటుంది అన్న,
డైరెక్ట్ ఆప్షన్ నేను ఎందుకు అది ఆప్షన్ డిజేబుల్ అయింది, ఓకే, లైక్ దిస్ యూ కెన్ డిలీట్ ద డూప్లికేట్స్, ఓకే, దెన్ యూ విల్ గెట్ ద యూనిక్ వాల్యూస్, ఓకే, యూ డోంట్ వాంట్ దట్ వన్, ఓకే, బేస్డ్ ఆన్ దట్, ఓకే, మేబీ యూ కెన్ హైలైట్
ఆల్ట్ ఏఎం యూజ్ చేయండి అన్న వస్తుంది.
భాస్కర్ గారు
AM
అలా కాదండి భాస్కర్ గారు, హోమ్ దగ్గర
యా
మీరు అక్కడ డిలీట్ అనే ఆప్షన్ చూడండి.
ఇప్పుడు డిలీట్ అయిపోతుంది చూడండి అన్న.
వెయిట్ 1 సెకండ్, ఓకే,
హోమ్ దగ్గర ఇన్సెట్ కింద డిలీట్ ఆప్షన్ చూడండి,
yes
అక్కడ రిమూవ్
అది ఆప్షన్ లేదు దీంట్లో, ఓకే,
చేయండి అన్న, రిమూవ్ డూప్లికేట్స్.
యా యా ఆల్ట్ ఏఎం, ఓకే,
ఓకే, అది ఎంటైర్ రో సెలెక్ట్ చేయండి.
సరిపోయింది. ఓకే,
ఓకే, వెయిట్ ఆల్రెడీ ఇట్స్ గాట్ సెలెక్టెడ్, ఓకే, ఆల్ట్ ఏఎం,
పర్టికులర్ ఒక్కటే సెలెక్ట్ అవుతుంది.
okay, control shift down, alt am, I'm selecting entire everything, but
ఓకే ఇవ్వండి, సరిపోద్ది, కాలం మొత్తం సెలెక్ట్ అయ్యింది.
okay, fine, okay, it's got removed the duplicate 17, okay, 968, okay, check your report, okay, 17968, so unique values is came, okay, if it is Excel, okay, sometimes like this you have to do a workaround kind of thing, if my data was there in a from, okay, like database, okay, already we have discussed, right, like, okay, I want the sum of sales, for example, you are displaying a sum of sales over here, sum of, okay, sales, sum, not sales, okay, salary we are displaying. Now you know a SQL server, okay, you have to identify what is the database name, what is the server name, so you already know, so they already give a server name, from here also you can pick that server name, okay, then you can have to connect it, okay, it takes time, okay, I didn't open the SQL server, so you have to connect it, what are the server name over there, okay, so here I have a server name, database name, then the table name, you have to go there, that particular table, then select a sum of sales amount, like this you have to do a unit testing kind of thing. First time you have developed a Power BI report, so that is how you have to check it. Or other thing, if there are any filters got applied. For example, I have removed a blank country. Okay, there also in a Excel level, you have to remove the country name, then you have to take the count. If okay, they are looking for it, okay, all the thing. Okay, for example, you have okay, they only ask you to okay remove a blank country. I'm not supposed to see any blank country. Users going to the Power BI, okay, the users they are checking all the sales amount. Okay, hello boss, here it is a 30 million. Power BI report is showing a 29 million. What's the issue? The issue is wrong. First thing you have to check, go for a Power BI report. There you can check, okay, is there any filters got applied? Okay, first you can check what's the formula they are using. Is there any filters? Okay, coming class we will see by using a filters also we can apply a, okay, we can take any specific sales, okay, particular country or a particular year, okay, particular product. Is there any filters got applied in a DAX? What is the DAX query level? It is directly sum of the sales. Then you can check any report level or a page level filters got applied. Why? Because they are not okay, they are ignoring the data, but in a SQL, okay, they are comparing with Excel. We are removing the, okay, you can check is there any filters got applied, then you can give a justification. You don't do work any, okay, you don't want to work any logics and all, you have to give the justification. That's it. Okay, because you can tell that okay, we are not supposed to ignore, okay, include a blank country as well. That's what the value is coming as a incorrect. That's what you have to tell that. Okay, we have a country name is a blank, we are not okay, we are not supposed to be consider this amount, then the values will be fine. That is how you have to validate, you have to check something. Okay, this is how we can do a from where the report is developed. This is a data transform. Okay, that is a one thing. Other thing, okay, I will tell you, okay, later, okay, at last also we will discuss for few more things. Okay, in a real time cases, okay, we have a multiple environments. One is a development environment, another one is a production environment. One is a development, another one is a production. Some people development, testing, production, three environments will be there. In a development and a testing environment, we have some dummy data or a duplicate data. Production, actual data. They're not supposed to give, okay, all the permissions. You can see the data, you can't insert, delete all the, they won't allow you to directly develop a report from a production. Okay, production things high level, high, okay, importance data. If you do something, if when something wrong, entire project will be goes off. Okay, so very careful in a production level. That's what they will have a maintain multiple environments. For example, development and a production. In a development, we have some dummy data. Okay, some sample data. For example, they will give 10k, okay, 10,000 records only. But in production, we have some lakhs of records. Okay, so initially we have to develop a report with a, okay, from SQL Server, okay, development environment. They ask you to migrate the report to production. How we can migrate? Simply come over here. Okay, data source setting. Okay, select this one. Okay, change the source. As of now, RX mobile 1 is the data source, but development production database, okay, server name may be different, but the table structure, table name, column names will be remain same. Okay, so here we can change the server name, then click on OK. Okay, in my maybe coming classes, I have another system. There I have two SQL servers got installed. One is a development, another one is a production. Real time also same thing. Here we want to change the server name. So now my Power BI report, okay, I have a server one. Okay, for example, OneMa RX1, OneMa RX2. These are two servers. Here I have some sample dummy data. So by using that, I create a Power BI report. My Power BI report is connecting to this server. Okay, I publish my report into Power BI service. Okay, user told that everything is fine. Can you move the report to the production? Now you don't do anything. Take the same Power BI report. Okay, the connection string. Here we are changing the server name, right? So you change the server name, your Power BI report will be connect to your production server. It will take the data from here. Okay, earlier we have a 10, okay, sales amount is 30 million. Later point of time, maybe it will show some crores of the sales. Why? Because data got changed. It is the actual data. Here we have a dummy data. Okay, that is how in a real time it will be there. Okay, we have a development and a production environment. Okay, at the time of joining, they will give, okay, they will tell that they will give some KTRA, some documents will provide. This is what our development server, this is what our production server. Okay, always we have to work with the, initially we have to work with report from the development side. Okay, once the, okay, everything testing, everything with the sample data, as for your logics, okay, everything is working fine, then they will move to the production. Simply, okay, you don't want to perform, okay, follow any proper steps, how we can migrate your report to the production? Just simply change the connection. If I change the connection, my report will be connecting. Okay, report is there, 2 data servers was there. Report will be remain same. Now loading the data from here. Next time it will be connect to this data source. This data will come into the picture. This is the actual data. This is how we can migrate your report into the production or from one environment to another environment. This is how this is the main important thing. How we can initial thing, you don't know, you are a new guy, for joining for the company, they give a existing report. They will ask you to do some testing thing, or they ask you to some issue was there, can you please look what's happening over and so how we can check? If you know the data source, from here we can check from where this data is developed, from where this report is developed on all these things. Now I will tell you one more thing. I have a 4 tables now. Data, this is a Excel file, this is a data server name. You are developing, just now you know this table is coming from a Excel file. Same, these 2 tables was there in my Excel also is there, database server also it is there. How I can identify which table coming from which data source? I have 2 data sources now. Excel is there, database server is there. How I should know? Either data is coming from SQL or it is coming from a Excel file. For that one, you can go with a edit queries or a transform data. Here we can identify which table is coming from which data source. If you have a multiple data sources, that time we can identify over here. Here we have the same tables. Right click over here, go for a advanced. Again we will discuss all these properties just for the time being, not the advanced properties. Advanced editor. Click on a advanced editor. Here we can check this data file is coming from a Excel file. I have a multiple tables, multiple data sources. How I came to know which table is coming from which data source? I have a department table. From where it is coming? Either Excel or it is a database. In front of after 1 week you want to develop. After 1 month you don't know from where you have. You are working for a multiple reports and all. You don't need to remember all. Just go for the advanced data. Department table is coming from where? SQL.database. This is Oracle.database. This is what your server name. This is a database name. From this one, item is the department is the table name. This is how we can identify from where the data is taking. This is how we can identify from which data from which data source your table got loaded. So I hope some noise is coming. Hello, guys, are you able to hear me now? Hello.
ఇప్పుడు వినిపిస్తుంది అన్న.
Fine. Guys, they have some disturbance actually. Yeah, we'll finish in 10 minutes. Yeah, this is a main important thing, how to migrate from development to production, or if you want to okay, the issue was there, you are new to the team, okay, they gave a report, okay, can you please check something, it went wrong, or they ask you to load a one more table from the sequencer array, something. So you have to know, okay, already tables from where they have loaded, okay, so you can identify, or you can connect to the same database. Okay, first you can check either the table is there or not, okay, how the data was there in the table and all, you can check, then you can load the data over here. So what the main thing, refresh in the sense, if I do a refresh, all the tables will be loaded once again. Okay, so if the data got changes, okay, my data was there, okay, today I have created a report by taking this data, day after tomorrow the excel file they have updated with the new data, or my SQL server, they the ETL team guys had loaded the today's sales information. This data won't come directly into your Power BI. You have to refresh over here. Already first day itself we have seen. Okay, you have to refresh. Then only your report will be connect to your data source. Then it will load all the data into over here. Okay, always if the data got changes, you have to refresh. Okay, in a development time we can do a manually, we can refresh. In a once the development is done, report published into the Power BI service, there we can perform a schedule refresh. I will give a timeline. Every morning 10 o'clock my report has to be refreshed. So report will be connected to our data source, it's take the data, it will be refreshed. So whatever the data we have, as for that your report will be refreshed. Okay, so data got changes, so all the visuals will be reflect as per the data whatever we have. Okay, as for that your data will be refreshed. Okay, there we can see, okay, Power BI service level, how we can do a automate your refresh, schedule refresh. So I will schedule a time. Okay, as for that my data will be refreshed. Now we have a new visual, or from here we can take any visual. Okay, click on a new visual, by default it will give a bar graph, nothing it will come. Okay, this is an unnecessary property. Okay, so it will give a bar graph only, but I want a table matrix. I want it. So from here you can select it. There is no use of this property new visual. Always it will gives me a bar graph only, but I want a table. Okay, I can go from here only. Okay, unnecessarily this is a not much important property over here. Then we have a text box. I want to add any title. Okay, nice title for a report. So we have a text box. Take this. Okay, so how much size you want it, you can drag and drop kind of thing. Here we can do it. Okay, now I want it, this is a sales report. Okay, sales report we have. So I want it. Okay, I want to increase the font size. When you select on this, okay, select this, then increase the font size over here, how much the font you want it, what is the font formula you want it. Okay, like Sigo UI, Sigo bold kind of thing. I want a center line, or I want a bold, or I want to underline. Okay, so it is a left align, right align, center align, however you want it. So we can add it like this. There is a text box. I want a border for this. We have a border option over here, we can use it. Okay, again it is a title. Okay, again I don't want to add a title. Okay, everywhere we have a title, I don't want the title. Okay, once again text box, I don't want any title. For example, this is the visual, it is there, I want to add a title. Okay, for this one I can add a title. Okay, here I can add what is the sales amount by country, whatever the title. This is a title only, again I don't want any title. Okay, this is unnecessary property. Okay, already it is a title, again I don't want a title. I want to use some background color for my text box. Okay, so you can go for a whatever the color you want. Okay, the text box color. Okay, how much the transparency you want it. Okay, thickness or a thinness kind of. Lock aspect, nothing was there. Okay, if you do a lock, in the sense you can't move anywhere. Okay, somewhere here. So that's what we have a lock object. I want the border, just I have enable a border, so I want the border. Okay, so if you want a border, if you don't want a border, okay, nothing is game. I want the border is coming over here. Okay, shadow in the sense, okay, I will show you, some shadow will come. Okay, so now you can see some black is came, right? The another, okay, look and feel, we have a shadow option. Either if you want a shadow or don't want a shadow. Okay, if you want a shadow in the sense, okay, where you want this, okay, shadow, outside, okay, or a inside, or a bottom, okay, where you want it. Okay, bottom, right, top, left. Okay, so I want a top left. Okay, or a, let me go with, okay, just it bottom only. So we can see some shadow, it is coming over here, some dark background color kind of thing. There another option. Okay, if you want to look and feel different one. Okay, if you want a different color of the shadow, for example, for a highlighting, okay, I'm showing like this. This is unnecessary property. Okay, I don't want any shadow kind of thing. Okay, sometimes if you want a different look and feel, we can apply the shadow option over here. I don't want any shadow. Okay, visual headers. Okay, this one property will discuss for all together. Okay, at one shot. Okay, this we will discuss it. Header. Okay, visual level header. Everywhere we have the same property. Visual level header. Okay, each and everywhere we have a visual level property. Any one we can select. Visual header is there. Visual header is there. Okay, commonly we will discuss. Okay, the property will be remain same for all the for all the visuals. This is what if you add any the title for your report and all, we can take a text box. For this one I want to give a hyperlink as well. When I click on something, I want to open any website kind of thing, we can add a hyperlink also. Here I want to add http:/google.com. Just I'm giving a done. So it will becomes a hyperlink. Now you can see underline with the it will be green color, it will came. The hyperlink will be enabled. In a real time, when you click on something, so it will be open a website. We are in a development, that's what it is coming. When you click, then only it will coming like this. Shit, that's got removed. So it will be when you click on this, it will be open a google.com. Either where you want to open, either Google Chrome or Internet Explorer. Google Chrome I want to open. Once we publish the report to Power BI service, directly you can click. That time the edit option won't be enabled. So directly when you click, what are the website? When I click on something, I want to open my company website or about some more information is there. So we can add a hyperlink as well for your reporting purpose. The text box property we have. So here we can apply. General is there. Nothing was there. In a general, what is the height? If I reduce, automatically the height and width will be increased. If you move over here, the positions will be changed. Maintain, layer order. Nothing was there. Just we have a general property. What is the X position, Y position? If I read, if I want position, I change. Automatically it will be changed. Y position I want 0. X position I want to be 0. From here also you can change it. Either through mouse also we can adjust it, or from a general property, X position, Y position, how much the heat, how much width, height, and I want it, we can change it from place. I want it 1200 width. As for that, it will be increase. So through mouse also you can change it, adjust it. Your general property is there everywhere. What is the height, X position, Y position? All the things we can change it from a general property, guys. The text box property. Either you can add a titles or somewhere you want to display something, we can go for a text box. Then we have a more visuals, is nothing but a custom visuals. As of now, we have a around 36 or a 40 visuals over here. Sometimes your requirement is not fulfilled. You're expecting some more apart from these visuals. Microsoft is providing 200 plus custom visuals. We have a from a Microsoft gallery, we can get it. Apart from these visuals, we have a 200 more visuals. From there we can get it. App Store we have, or we can download. From local also you can upload. That we will see after the visualizations discuss. We will discuss how we can get the custom visuals. Sometimes interview point of view, so they will ask it. Have you ever worked with a custom visualizations? Yes, I have worked with a custom visualizations. Some of the requirement is not fulfilled. I want a even extra functionality. That time we have a hundreds of visuals, around 200 plus custom visuals was there. That time we can get it. This is not a more visuals. The actual technical terminology is a custom visuals. Custom visuals in the sense, if you know Python and R language, you can also create a one of the repo. A new visual you can create it your own. You can publish for a Microsoft also. There is a open source. From there you can use it. You can upload over there. User other people also you use your visual. Or already visuals was there, we can use it any of the visual. That is a custom visuals. Anyhow, after this visualizations discussions over, we will see how we can get the custom visuals. Already we have discussed new measure. Measure we will discuss. Now we will see publish option. For example, my development is done. Now I want to share my report to the users. My development is done. Now I want to publish my report into the user. How we can publish it? already I have login with one of the my account bhaskar@1ma143 dot on microsoft.com. I will show you guys after the Power BI desktop. You can create your own account. You are not working. Also it's not a problem. You don't want any official email ID. We can develop. You can create your own official email ID by using we have an alternative way. I will show you how you can create it. Now I want to publish my report. Already I have login. So with this account, the report will be saved into this account. Let me save the report. Demo report 2. I have just saved it. Before publish, we want to save the report. So development design, this is the last phase. Still we are in a development mode. We want to discuss all the visuals and all. Just I will show. That time we will show. Show you how to create an account and all. I'm going to publish my report into this account. What are the account you have login? The report will be published into that account. So I'm going to just as usual my workspace. No need to worry. I have created some workspace. There is a folder kind of options. You can see report. Publishing the report into. Report got published. Where it's got published? That is a Power BI service is there. That is a yap.powerbi.com. Power BI service in the sense that is a yap.powerbi.com. From anywhere, wherever you can sit, you can open your report. You don't want to log into your office website, office website or something. That is a universal thing. That is a yap.powerbi.com. What is the report I have developed and I published my report into. Once you publish, click on publish, the report will come into yap.powerbi.com. Already I have an account. Just sign in. This thing no need to worry. As part of Power BI service discussion, we will discuss once again. Bhaskar@1ma143 dot on microsoft.com. It will give OTP as well. ఈ అకౌంట్ ఎలా క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవాలా ఏంటి అనేది I will tell you in a coming classes. No need to worry. You can create your own account. Once మీరు జాయిన్ once మీరు ఏంటంటే ఆర్గనైజేషన్ జాయిన్ అయ్యారు అనుకోండి, ఫస్ట్ డే ఇట్సెల్ఫ్ దే గివ్ ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి. మెయిన్ ఫస్ట్ థింగ్ మెయిల్ ఐడి, వాట్ ఇస్ యూజర్ నేమ్, పాస్వర్డ్. అంటే సేమ్ అకౌంట్ తో మీరు సిస్టమ్ లో జాయిన్ అవ్వాలి. ప్లస్ పవర్ బేస్ సర్వీస్ యూజ్ చేస్తుంటే పవర్ బేస్ సర్వీస్ లోకి మై వర్క్ స్పేస్. జనరల్ అకౌంట్ అంటే లైక్ జీమెయిల్ ఐడి యు వర్క్అవుట్ అవ్వవు. యూ నీడ్ 100% అఫిషియల్ ఈమెయిల్ ఐడి. New look and feel. My workspace. Just I have published demo report 2. So I have multiple reports over here. Demo report 2. What are the report you have created in a Power BI desktop? The report will come into over here, updated on 12/5/20. This is a page 1, page 2 I have. You can go like this. So user can able to see your report from here. ఇక్కడ యూజర్ కి ఎలా షేర్ చేస్తాం. all the things we will discuss, okay, as part of Power BI service option. So once the development is done, we will publish our report into Power BI service. From here, okay, the user can be able to see your report. Okay, నేను చెప్పాను కదా, okay, filters వస్తుంది. Filters, okay, user don't want to see. Okay, if you hide this, okay, I have to disable that. Okay, I have to republish it. Okay, నేను ఏదైనా చేంజ్ చేస్తే అగైన్ ఐ హ్యావ్ టు రీపబ్లిష్ అనమాట. ఇక్కడ నువ్వు సేవ్ చేసేసి, ఓకే, చేంజ్ చేసేసి నీ లోకల్లో ఉంటుంది కానీ పవర్ బై సర్వీస్ లోకి వెళ్దు. సేమ్ మై వర్క్ స్పేస్. ఓకే, I want to republish it. Okay, yes, I want to replace it. Already report was there, so I want, it is asking for it. Do you want to replace? Yet I want, yes, I want to be replaced. Now the filters pane I have hide it, so user cannot able to see that option at all. Based on the requirement, we can either hide or we can lock it. Okay, let me refresh my report now. Why? Because I made a changes. That's what I have to refresh it. Okay, now we can't able to see. Okay, filters pane option at all. Otherwise, okay, I want the user wants to see, but he don't want to apply any. Okay, let it. He can't able to modify it. Let me republish it. I made changes. If you made changes, save it, publish it. Okay, after maybe 10-15 days time, we will come to the Power BI service. Okay, we want to discuss entire Power BI desktop, each and every option. Okay, then we want to discuss the SSAS as well, data warehouse concepts as well. After at last point, we'll come to the Power BI service. Okay, ఎన్ని వేస్ లో మనం రిపోర్ట్ డెవలప్ చేస్తాం, ఓకే, ఏంటి లిమిటేషన్స్ ఏమున్నాయి, ఓకే, అన్ని అయిపోయిన తర్వాత పవర్ బై సర్వీస్ లాస్ట్ ఆప్షన్ అన్నమాట. డెవలప్మెంట్ అయిపోతేనే కదా మనం పబ్లిష్ చేస్తాం రిపోర్ట్, యూజర్ కి షేర్ చేస్తాం. సో we will discuss at last point of time. Now we can see if the user wants to change it, okay, user cannot able to see. Okay, we can hide or okay, we can collapse expand. So now we can't change it. Okay, so you can hide it or de-hide it. What are the colors you have applied, all the things will be comes over here. This is how user can able to see your report. This is the way user can able to see your report. Okay, that's it guys for today. If you have any questions, you can go ahead. Okay, that's it for today. Okay, just we have discussed, okay, just few of the properties. Okay, main thing is how to publish your, okay, how we can move, okay, development to production, or how we can check our report was there. Okay, like how we can check from where, which data source your report got developed and all, how we can check data source setting. Okay, from there we can identify from which data source you have developed your report and all. That's we have discussed. That is a main important thing. Another thing is just we have checked, okay, how we can, once the development is done, how we can publish your report into Power BI service. Tomorrow we will see the modeling part. Okay, that we will see tomorrow guys.